Hello, everybody. I am David, and today I want to talk about some news that broke during the weekend. In an interview with Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal, who are in charge of both Marvel and Sony, respectfully. Well, actually, Amy Pascal, I believe, kind of got demoted. Like, she's in charge of some things. She's been in charge of the Spider-Man franchise still. Let's put it that way. And she let it slip that the Venom movie and Black Cat and Silver Sable and what other rated R films they were planning, they made us think that they were all going to be separate from the MCU. Now it seems like they are all going to be connected to the MCU. Now, that raises some interesting questions. First, let's get started off with this whole MCU. You know, these movies are rated R. If you don't know, they announced that the Venom movie is going to be rated R, starring Tom Hardy. And right there, it's already problematic, most likely. Because the MCU has so far been PG-13. Now, here's where I see it could work, but not the way fans are hoping for, I think. The Netflix shows almost cross that R-rated border. They go to some territories that R-rated movies go to, where people will get their heads smashed indoors, or someone will get a very brutal death. The only thing that the Netflix shows haven't done yet was drop the F-bomb a couple of times. But they are borderline R-rated, if you think about it, in terms of the violence. So where does that put a Venom movie in the MCU? Well, if you watch the Netflix shows, they reference events or reference characters to the Avengers or to the MCU, the larger MCU that's on the big screen. Like Tony Stark's name will be dropped, or they mention the big green guy that's part of a team, you know, or they have a newspaper headline that talks about headlines the Battle of New York. That's what I think the Venom movie and these other Sony movie rated R films will do. I think they'll reference the MCU very subtly, allowing people to know that, hey, this takes place in the same universe, but you're never going to see those characters cross over here. And I know that's going to disappoint a lot of Spider-Man fans, because people want to see Spider-Man and Venom crossing over. Now, this could be a test to see how things will go with a rated R film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they are in no way going to put Spider-Man in an R-rated film. And the big reason why is because kids love Spider-Man. So I'm already expecting this not to go the way fans are thinking it might go. Don't get hyped up and think you're going to see Spider-Man in a rated R Venom movie. That, I know for a fact it's not going to happen. I'm not tied into these movies. I don't work for Sony. I just know because there is no way Sony would risk putting a PG-13 character, Spider-Man, who is beloved by not just adults, but by kids as well. Wolverine you can get away with, because Wolverine's always been that, like, rough type of character. But even that movie did not use Wolverine or X-Men in the title. They used Logan. So kids could have probably, oh, Logan, I don't know what that is. I don't care. But you put Spider-Man in a trailer. You put that red and blue costume in the trailer, kids instantly recognize who that is, and that will have them flocking to the theater, just like Deadpool, and have kids be terrified of what they're saying. Because let's face it, Venom isn't going to be a Deadpool type movie. Venom is going to be like Logan. I guarantee you, they will be crazy not to. There was that movie Life with Ryan Reynolds recently that people were hoping would be a Venom movie, and it wasn't. So that's the type of Venom movie I think people want, a more horror type of Venom film, which is, again, another reason why you won't see Spider-Man in there, because Marvel and Sony would never tarnish Spider-Man in a horror film that will freak kids out. It's just, now, maybe there is a way to do it, as long as you don't show Spider-Man in the trailers and you just show maybe Peter Parker in the trailers played by Tom Holland. Maybe that can be your way around it. I'm throwing that out there, so if Sony and Marvel want to use that idea, there you go, because you don't show the Spider-Man suit in a rated R movie, but you show Peter Parker. That way you can get around the kids' angle, getting, telling their moms they want to go see Venom and then getting terrified later on. And then that way you have him in the suit. Once people notice Peter Parker's in this movie, they'll know, hey, we might even get Spider-Man in here somehow, even though the trailers don't show it. So there is a way you can get around that angle, but I don't think they will. I don't think they'll take that chance. I really do think they'll keep Spider-Man with the MCU guys, because they're all PG-13. They're all playing in that fun playground. And they'll keep Venom and those guys in a pocket universe similar to the Marvel Netflix shows, how they're in the MCU, even though they never collide with those characters. Kevin Feige said, he said a couple of weeks ago that they have no plans for the TV characters, but he did say, hey, maybe one day we will play around with R-rated characters. We don't know yet. So maybe Sony is their way into that area. Who knows? Maybe Kevin Feige, Marvel, and Sony are working out a deal to say, hey, you take care of the R-rated characters, we'll take care of the PG-13 characters. That's also another possibility. That would be pretty sweet too, if we started getting a Punisher movie or a Daredevil movie under Sony R-rated films, while Marvel takes care of the PG-13 side. So those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Do you not? Do you have other suggestions on what Marvel and Sony could be trying to do? Kevin Feige looked kind of confused when Amy Pascal was talking about that, so we'll see how things turn out. And until next time, guys, like this video, subscribe to my channel, especially if you are a huge superhero fan. And until next time, take care.